It's time to sip that coffee, get your mind right, and vibe with the queen herself. We're dishing out hot topics, wellness tips of the day, and things that make you go, Let's get this palace party started.
Ignore and outperform them. While you're over there watching me and talking about me, I'm working. You keep gossiping and I'll keep working. You keep talking smack and I'll keep working. You keep focusing on everything and everyone else and I'll keep working. And you will lose and I will win.
All right, welcome kings and queens, y'all. We are back today live in full effect in the palace, and I am giving the people what they want. Now, listen, a few of you inboxed me and you said, Queen Shiba, can you please cover this story? I was going to sit this one out because it ain't none of my business, baby. And it ain't none of my business. Let me tell you something, because I don't think many of you understand the holy matrimony of it all. Yes, I'm jumping right in. I be jumping right into my lives, don't I? I need to learn how to do like everybody else do and make our asses wait 10 minutes, but I like to tend to jump right on in. But let me see if I can play around for a little bit. Listen, now I like to jump right in. Let me get it started because my brain be working too fast. Listen. Oh, thank you, Monique. Monique says, I love the intro. I'm going to just jump right in. I can't. Okay. So I don't think many of you understand the holy matrimony of it all. Okay. Which is why the queen said, I'm going to sit this one out. Because listen, this ain't none of my black business. And let me tell you why I say that. Now, I always say, ladies, date outside your race. Have a good old time. Don't sit around waiting at home for these men that don't want to do right. But I also preach financial independence, making sure you're set up for life, especially if you have a child by somebody. Okay? There's no reason you shouldn't have a life insurance policy, and that shit works both ways. Because should something happen to you, him or them, your child needs to be taken care of. And if you are married, you should have 2 or 3, period, point blank, to the point that you are so insurance rich that if something, God forbid, happens to your spouse, you would never have to work another day of your life. See, that's why I said the holy matrimony of it all. And if you really understand what's going on here, it ain't none of my damn business. Because this is who he chose to represent him in life after death. This is who he chose to be his spokesperson in life after death. This is the woman that he got on the knee and put that ring, that big ass diamond ring on her finger, because that is the woman that he chose to have his children, the mother of his child, the person, that would, should he become incapacitated, couldn't speak, that would make the final medical decisions, the author and the finisher of his faith, the representation for him against his family. So what y'all mad about? She was his end all be all. She was his rock steady. She was his white on his rice. Listen, I didn't even know that was going to come out my mouth. She was his white on his rice. So what is the outrage for? Folks, community? And I'm going to bring y'all up after I stay here, but I'm going to get through my commentary, right? I see everybody. What are y'all mad about? I'm going to wait. What are y'all mad about? This was a married couple. Are you shocked? Are you shocked that she took her good green money that he earned and moved and got her a new house and a year after he died because she didn't want the heavy feeling of living in the house that he paid for? Are you shocked that she's moved on with a new man? The game is sold, not told. Are you shocked that she took her coin, and she's off to a memoir, writing books? Are you shocked that she's the victim in the story according to her? Are you shocked that she's devastated? I'm away, black people, because what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Um, Listen, this lady is minding her rich business. This lady is minding her rich business. And if you understand his net worth, when he passed away, rest in peace, King. When he passed away, his net worth was approximately $5 million. At one point, his annual salary from the Ellen show was, I believe, $500,000 a year. $500,000 a year for a DJ. Listen, that's pretty good ass money for a DJ. And many years later, I do believe he received a raise from the Ellen show, and he was up to making $1 million a year. I believe they have 2 kids together. I could be. I believe they have 2 kids together. And I think he had an older daughter. Okay. Y'all, that's his wife. That's his wife. And I don't think a lot of you understand how some of these other women of different races are raised. And let me just tell you something. No one wants to miss their spouse. No one wants to miss their loved one financially. Oh, damn, Erica. Hold on now, Erica. Erica Marie says she changed her last name on social media 48 hours after his death. There you have it. There you have it then. No one wants to miss you financially. This is what many, many years ago, an old gentleman told me, a wise gentleman. And listen, he sold me an insurance policy. Okay. He said the worst thing that could happen is if you pass away, if someone in your family passes away, you're going to miss them. Let's be very clear. You're going to miss them. But the worst thing that you can do to your family is they miss you financially, where they can't pay the rent. They can't pay the mortgage. They can't do this. They can't do that. Now, granted, not everybody is eligible if you understand life insurance. Not everyone is eligible to be covered by life insurance. My brother wasn't, that passed away because he had a heart condition since he was younger. Nobody wanted to deal with it. He had pulmonary embolisms close to his heart before, where he's been in ICU before. So if you understand how life insurance works, once they gather all of that pharmaceutical data on you, your hospitalization, your critical care, they're not going to cover you. You're too much of a risk because they deem your lifespan to be that short. And the house likes to bet on the house, right? But if you are smart, like a lot of these women are raised to be smart, you get in there. You get those policies set up on your family, your kids. And I don't know why Black people have a very adverse reaction to financial responsibility when it comes to whole life, supplemental policies, and life insurance. You have to get it done. You have to get your own policy. And I'm not talking about in situations where you are the beneficiary. I'm talking about where you are the owner of the policy. That means you've executed the policy and you are actually responsible for the monthly premiums. And as long as you keep that up, whether you are married, divorced, separated, broke up with your baby daddy, your baby mama, you still have that policy as long as you don't miss those premiums. These girls are being raised to pick men that can take care of them in life and in death after they've passed on. Okay. Hold on, Pisces. I see what you're saying. She says white women don't care about Black men's mental health, but if they don't want a Black woman, that's their loss. It's not about them caring or not caring before I get there. They are raised under the notion that a man's job, he has to be financially capable of taking care of you. He has to be financially capable of raising his kids. And he did that. And we mad. We mad. Because we say she don't care about them. Your job is to care about yourself first and make sure that you get yourself set up. You get what I'm saying? And she had herself set up. And a lot of times, some of you say, well, I am the beneficiary of a policy. And you just may be. But what if he misses or she misses a payment? That's why you got to put yourself in a position where you are not only the beneficiary, but you're also the policy owner. Are we clear? It's just that white women are taught to depend on the man. No, 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 no. All women except Black women. Should I go ahead and drop the link now or should I get into it, honey? Type it in the back chat. Black women are the only ones that are taught that if you require any assistance from a man, that you are a gold digger. All women outside of us. Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm reading I read the correction. I'm jumping the gun because that's the first one that came in. So I don't skip through my chat. So calm down, Kisco. Calm down. That's why, listen, you go slower on your text so you don't make mistakes. And then you'll get it right the first time. I got you. I got you. But you got to work with me like I'm working with you. Okay? So you slow down. So your mistakes are not misconstrued. I'm good. I'm doing my job. She said, it's just that white women are taught. It's not just that. I got you. I got you. I got you. Is this your first time here in the palace? All right. See, now you done got me off my damn flow. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Hold on now. We finna have a good conversation. Everybody all right? Y'all all right? I got you, Kisco. All right now. Let me listen. Kisco got me. Look, hold on now. All right. You're absolutely right. It's not just. And y'all, we're the only group. And I'm sorry, this is going to be a real good, deep conversation. Some of y'all might get pissed off on your lunch break, but don't do it, Miss Seeley. Don't do it. They're raised like that. We're the only ones. I'm sorry. We're the only ones where our expectations are expected to be lowered. Lowered. But let's get into it. This woman, I'm going to bring you up on Natty, and then I'm going to keep going, okay? This woman is doing, and I yes, it's sad. Yes, it feels disconnected. Yes, it feels gold diggerish. But what's new in that world? That's how most people in different demographics operate. And that's what that nice older white gentleman taught me. You don't want to miss them financially. It's easier to move on. And I'm not talking about in love. I'm not talking about getting you a new man or getting you a woman. It's easier to move on in grief when there's money on the table. That's why you see a lot of them take $1,000 vacations to get their mind right. All of that good stuff. Welcome, my Natty. Good morning.
Good morning, Queen and Palace. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll.
My problem is that she waited till they got to the service to have his mother sign an NDA to attend the funeral. And I think his journal thoughts are private. She can tell her story, but to have his mother, he chose her to marry, but if his mother hadn't have birthed him, he wouldn't have been there to choose her.
Say that last part again.
If his mother had not birthed him, he could not have chosen her to marry.
Yeah, I get it, Natty, but that's who he chose. See,
But the
that's who he
NDA,
chose.
I can see that. But Queen, if that was my son, baby, they'd have had to find a new place to have a service because I'd have tore that up. I wouldn't have signed no NDA and I'd have got in there.
I wouldn't have went. But let's talk about it. We're about to
But
get
that,
into it.
but they say the family say they were actually at the service getting ready to come in when she shoved the NDAs there.
And I would have left. That's just me. That's that Scorpio in me, though.
But that's my son. I'd have told that the Taurus in me. We'd have turned it over. They'd had to find a new place. I'd have tore it up.
Yeah, I would have left. I can show you better than I can tell you because he's gone now. He don't know I'm here anyway. But I be damned for my loved one. You gonna make me sign something to come through the door. You know what? God got me. He knows I love him. I'll see him on the other side. But I ain't signing shit. So that's when we got to have a little gump and a little dignity about ourselves, and know what you will and what you won't stand for when it comes to yours, and not be so emotionally involved that you can't say, bitch, you gonna respect me at this funeral. I'd be damned if I put my damn name on an NDA to kiss my loved one goodbye, which says I can never talk. Girl, get the hell up out of here. Get the hell up out of here. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Not only do I rebuke you, I'm out of here. I would have had to have leave, because that's too much to give in exchange just to be there. I ain't signing shit. And when I'm ready to talk, I'm going to tell your ass up. I'm going to tell everything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, the mother's coming out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about saying less and doing more. But let's get into it, because this lady, in my opinion, that's who he chose, y'all. And I always say this, it goes back to, what are you teaching your kids? What conversations are you having with them? Or is it just overstood to you that they know what to do, and you assume that they're going to pick this and make sure they pick a spouse that's going to honor you as their mother? I'm just saying. Hold on. So we finna get into it. First of all, let me ask you something. Would you have, and it's easier said than done, and I get that. And I don't want to act like I don't understand that. For those of you in the chat, Aunt Natty, I want you to think about this before you answer. For those of you in the chat, and also Aunt Natty, would you have signed that piece of paper? Delilah T says, I would not have signed it. I would have left. B says, I ain't signing nothing, and I will be at the service. Leo says, not signing that NDA shows you had control in that situation. Boom. And listen. Okay, go ahead, Aunt Natty.
I wouldn't have signed it, but we'd have tore it up.
Why you would have torn it up? That's his legacy. That's his memory. Why would you have torn it up?
I guess the stubborn side of me would have said, oh, I'm going in here. I wouldn't have signed it. And if she had tried to stop me, then we'd have had a situation. I would, but I was gonna attend, but I wouldn't have signed. And knowing her, she probably would have tried to block the mother. And when she got in front of me and tried to block me, that's when she would have had a problem.
Gotcha. Let me ask y'all something. Does anybody know if Twitch had a good relationship with his mother while he was married to this woman? Before I get into the videos and all of that, does anybody know what type of relationship? Because a lot of times, y'all, you get cut off.
Well, one of his friends just came out and said that they were good, and say, in fact, Twitch was going to leave her, but because neither of them had a fathers in their life, he said his only regret is he talked to Twitch into trying to work it out for the sake of the kids to have a father in a home. Twitch was threatening to leave her.
Whoo, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Area Query says kids don't always listen to their parents' advice. They think they know everything. Train a child in the way they should go. You just train them. They don't have to receive it. But a little bit of your influence sometimes can bring them back to reality. Sometimes in their midnight hour, right? In their midnight hour. They don't always listen, because we didn't always listen. But the foundational component is there if you lay it at an early age. The problem is we don't lay it at an early age, and you try to be parenting. You remember I said that? Dr. Chuck Swindoll, I think that's his name. Dr. Chuck Swindoll, a very wise man who happens to be a preacher. Notice how I laid that out. Dr. Chuck Swindoll says there's 3 phases of parenting or your child. 0 to 13, you parent. 13 to 18, you coach them. 18 on up, you become a friend. So a lot of times, while we're supposed to, we don't lay that solid foundation. Not all of us, some of us, we don't lay that solid foundation from ages 0 to 13. And then at 14, 15, you're trying to parent. It's too late. It's too late. Because now you should be coaching. They've pretty much developed their personality, their ideology on life, their stubbornness, who they are, what they like, what they don't dislike, right? That's your window to lay everything out, but you don't because you feel like they're too young in most cases, and they're not. These kids are really sharp. I'm gonna mute you up, Annette. You got a little bit of feedback, okay?
Okay.
Come off when you're ready. Um, I know, y'all. I told you it's gonna be one of those conversations. You be like, the hell? What you mean I can't parent? I'm just giving you a formula. If you want to jot it down, that may work for you. 0 through 13, you parent. 13 and up to 18, you coach. You become a coach. 18 and on, you become a friend. But some of you are trying to parent past the parenting stages when you should have been laying that foundation. How in the hell do I lay a foundation, Queen Sheba, about a mate and who my son and daughter should marry? Why not? You give them everything else. You play rap music in front of them. You twerk in front of them. You say and do everything else in front of them. How come you can't talk about what a family unit should look like, how they should be treated, what they should be picking, how to pick a mate, how to pick someone that's going to love and honor you and be accepting and not take advantage of you? What the hell y'all talking about? Y'all ain't right. Listen,
Queen,
am I off? Go ahead.
but the more, if they find somebody they like, the more you talk against them and try to tell them they not the one, that's the closer they gonna try to get to them because you trying to get them away from them.
So there's a difference between what I'm saying and then telling somebody that somebody's not the one. Y'all got to hear what I'm saying. Your job as a parent, 0 to 13, to tell them what they deserve, what they should be looking for, what that feels like, how somebody should honor her or him as a boy and a girl, what that looks like if you ever get married. You see how Annette to my don't tell them, don't come in like that. I wouldn't listen to you neither. Your job is to parent with love, with a gentle hand, 0 through 13. I know you like that little boy. But do you know the fact that he didn't call you back? Da 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 da. See, sometimes we go in too hard and just kind of look. I get what you're saying, Aunt Natty, but no, you're absolutely right. No one would want to receive that if you're telling somebody what you don't like. So at a certain time, you got to keep it to yourself, especially. Yeah. Okay. Shanda says, Queen Sheba, I am with you I am with you when we are right. You got to teach them. You got to teach them in love. And you got to teach them quick and sharp. And you got to pay attention to them. All eyes on me, like Tupac said, you got to pay attention to them. You got to be able to know what they're feeling. You got to be able to read them with no words. You got to know when they're in a bad mood. You got to know when, I think they just broke up. He upstairs in his room. You got to know, you got to learn how to not use words, when to use a touch. And that takes a lot of self-mastery. And it also takes a lot of getting out of yourself to learn others as a parent. Okay. A lot of getting out of yourself. And I don't know if Twitch was taught these things, because I think was that Unnatty that said, well, they both didn't have a father. And somewhere before his death, before he took his own life, he wanted to leave the situation, because he may have realized that over there, the grass is not so much greener. Over there, even though the money shines bright, the depression is real. It's fake over here. The love, the gentleness. My mama house, the barbecues ain't the same. The conversations ain't really hitting the way they should be. It's fake as hell. And I got to laugh. And I can't talk about my feelings. Because if you understand the other side, you know what I'm talking about. No emotion, a lack of connectivity, no sense of community. Everything is money driven, business driven. Thank you. Business driven. A contract feels transactional, cold. The most money. What DJ makes $1 million a year? A DJ, y'all. We're not talking about a doctor, a lawyer, an actor, a DJ, and it still felt cold in the room. And life had gotten him so far down that he decided that he needed to and wanted to take his own life, whatever it was that he was dealing with, that there was no other option but to take his own life. Money doesn't solve problems. Love, community solves problems, right? Toot says, I think something happened when Ellen moved overseas. Who knows? Who knows? But sometimes the grass looks greener on the other side. And you realize, well, shit, if I just can make a little bit more, if I can just get over there. Sometimes the price is too heavy to pay. Being over there, that whatever he was feeling, he didn't have anybody to talk to. And he made $1 million a year, no therapist. He felt like he could connect. When you think about the SI of it all, the SI, suicide ideation of it all, that his only option was to, no, this is too heavy for me. So there had to be a level of sadness and heaviness. Kicking it with Courtney said, you got to cut off social media. These kids don't listen. So with that being said, let me go ahead. Get a clue says people change when they see you prospering. Family becomes entitled. I can see that. I can see that. Now let's go ahead and play this lady's tape. And typically I don't drop the link this early, but y'all go ahead and line up because I'm gonna get through. I'm gonna show y'all everything. Okay, let me go ahead. All right, let's find her. Let me know when you could, Natty, let me know when you can see my screen, okay? Let me take this off. Natty, let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see it.
Okay, thank you. Here we go. Let me find this lady, child. Oh, not that one. Oh, here we go, child.
I had dealt with an ex that had addiction problems.
Not that one. I don't want to show that one first.
There was a moment I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But
do y'all see what she did in that moment? Shoot, y'all. Y'all supposed to tell, you know what? I'm going to drop this panel. Y'all supposed to tell me y'all can't see the screen. Aunt Natty.
I saw it at first. Okay.
Okay, I got to start all over. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. We got to start all over.
there was a moment I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me.
I want to pause because in this moment, she just set herself up to it was a really scary moment for me to figure that out. What did you find? Because you never said what you found. And how I know most women know what's in their closet. So you ain't been in your closet long enough to discover what's going on in the closet? I'm always in my closet, but let's keep going.
Process that he was going through so much and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that.
Do y'all see this lady has made herself the hero and this guy a really bad guy, her own husband? I just want you to listen to how they set it up like this.
And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone, because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known.
You've never known. You never knew your husband wasn't happy. That means this was not a marriage of love. This was a marriage of opportunity. If you never knew, you didn't want to know. You didn't want to know. You purposely overlooked him because as a wife, even if he's disconnected, you can say, you want to talk to a therapist? Let's da da da. There's so many different options as a wife. And no, you can't save all of them. No, you cannot. Okay. But the fact that you didn't know what the hell was going on in your house. Now I'm gonna bring y'all up and I'm gonna let y'all, I'm finna open it up to the panel and then I'm gonna move along to the next video. Welcome, Follow Me Black TV. You have the floor.
Good morning, Queen. A pleasure talking to you. I'm glad you invited me up. This kind of hits home for me because I had a grandson that kind of was in the same situation, or it's connecting for me because he was very unhappy and I didn't know it. Um, but he was, with a Caucasian family. They were actually, he was actually considered a part of their family. And I thought he was happy because no one reached out. He didn't reach out, and maybe I didn't. It's how you feel bad about certain situations when you look back on it. But he did the same thing, and there is something that can go on. He wasn't happy. It sounds like to me Twitch needed love from his roots, from his generational spirit, from his ancestors, from his mother, whoever. That's how I feel. And that's all I wanted to say because I kind of can relate to it. And I don't have any much more than that. I'm just on a break right now. I'm working. But this kind of hit home for me. And I always say, well, maybe if I knew my baby wasn't happy, I could reach out to him. I just think that he needed our love. They loved him. They covet, not they, but the family to me coveted him. And he really couldn't reach out anymore to us. And I just feel like you got to stay connected to your roots. You got to have a good foundation. You got to stay connected. And I'm not blaming anyone. And if anything, I carry that because I felt like I missed on connecting with him more than I should have. I didn't connect with him as much as I should have, where he could come to me and say, I'm not happy, Mimi, and that's all.
Thank
This
you
is
for
this is
coming up and thank you for sharing. They're offering condolences and prayers to you. And I do the same
yes,
as well.
ma'am. I know. And I'm special, girl. I am. I'm dealing with it really good. But when I hear this story, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. That's the energy that I'm getting. And I'll let you guys go. I'm going back to work. Queen, I'm listening in the bushes, okay?
Okay. Thank you, Nina, for coming up. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. So let me do this. This is what we're gonna do. So I don't get ahead of myself. Let me get through the videos real quick. I think I went backwards. Normally how I do it. Let me do it traditionally the way I would do it, and then stay right there, panel. Then I'll call on you. Okay. 1 second. Hold on. So we got that. We got her talking about that. Now let me play a different one. Let me see. Look at this. Look. Can y'all see this? That lady was in it as long as it was spot. That lady was in this thing as long as it was lights, camera, action. This has to be tiring as a grown ass man to continue to have to put yourself on TikTok to do this kind of stuff. Ma'am, you didn't know your husband was depressed? Or is it that you needed him to be in a steady state of entertainment, clownish, entertaining you, and you didn't care? You didn't know your husband. You can tell from the look in his eyes every now and then. Maybe he went to the room and closed the door. You didn't pick up on nothing in your house? Nothing? Or were you living in a fantasy world in his life? I don't know. These are questions, right? Rhetorical questions. Did his life become subjective to pleasing you, entertaining you, and losing himself in the midst of all of that? Let me go to something else. Hold on. And then I'm going to play another video. So his friend came out and spoke. And the friend said, hold on. His longtime friend, Courtney Ann Platt, slams wife Allison Holker for using her husband's personal journal entries in her memoir. Y'all, that's nasty work. That's the devil's work. My journal is my journal. Your journal is your journal. And if you, God forbid, should you pass away, somebody gonna put that up in their book, your private thoughts, somebody you trusted, you vowed to death, do us part, forsake all others. Girl, you gonna put my stuff out there? Hold on. Let me pause a second. Alphenia. Oh, me. Hold on. Don't come off mute. Your microphone and my microphone are not compatible. Let me go on mute. You come off, and then I'm gonna let you in real quick, and then I'm gonna read what the friend has to say. Go ahead.
I really just, it hurts my feelings because I think about the fact that they got children and that this woman is like so many other interracial relationships. When these black men sometimes get with these white women and they have these mixed children, they seem to not even think about the other side, the other part of their children. And their children are half black. And they seem to like raise them up under this there's no color umbrella. There is color. Color does it where a lot of people say that color shouldn't matter. You love who you love. To for that sentiment alone kind of makes me feel some kind of way, because when you have interracial children, they're a part of two things, so you can't forget the other. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes those interracial relationships seem to not favor the children. And the fact that she released his personal memoirs like that, she didn't protect him as a wife. She didn't cover him as a wife. She's not thinking about what her children are going to have to read in the long run. It's just so tragic to me that it was all good with her while they were smiling and dancing, but to me that all she wanted to be was a star, and now she's trying to use his death as a way of her getting into some type of limelight. It's just repulsive to me. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for coming up and sharing your thoughts. I appreciate it. All right. Alphenia is going to drop down. I'm going to continue. I see the other person waiting in the back. Let me get through, and then I'll bring you up. Get a clue. Thank you, Alphenia. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hold on. All right. So Courtney Ann Platt slams wife Allison Holker for using her husband's personal journal entries in her memoir. She says, I was there the moment you both connected. I was there the day you got engaged. I stood by your side on your wedding day. I was in your home the day he died. Can I ask y'all something? How did he take his life? I didn't look it up. Was it with a weapon or was it pills? Does anybody know?
One of the friends said it was her GUN, so I assume it was with a weapon, and
Okay.
said it belonged to her.
So, got it. Okay. Thank you. Pow, pow. Got it. Okay. So listen to the gravity of this. She said, I stood by your side on your wedding day. I was in your home the day he died. And if he used the pow pow, understand the visual of it all, to be there if somebody did that to themselves. I was by your side because your husband was my family. It didn't matter how often we spoke, how often we saw each other. We were bonded forever. This by far is the most tacky, classless, opportunistic act I have ever seen in my entire life. We all had to sign some weird NDA to attend his funeral, even his own mother, who you've treated like garbage this entire time. And let's just remember, you wouldn't even have had a husband if it wasn't for her. Not to share anything to ruin his name, as if that was on anyone's mind in the first place. And here you go and write a book with all the dirty laundry, smearing his name and attempting to dim the bright, loyal, loving light that was your husband, my friend. Whether any of this is true or not is actually beside the point. This is how you protect the boss's name you so quickly dropped on your social media platform 48 hours after he passed, his legacy. This is how you protect your children from any further humiliation, hurt, and despair. This is what you want them to remember about him. You have moved on. You're living your life. You're on every carpet you can get on, every celebrity row you can sit in, every magazine you can be in. And you needed to do this? Get a journal? Get a journal. A therapist, a friend, but publishing a book shamelessly, sharing the pages of your husband's journal? People magazine? What a joke. Yes, he took his own life, which is a fact all of us still can't fathom. And he was clearly having mental health issues, hurting so deeply. And this is your example of empathy, of your love. The smear campaign for a buck is absolutely not what he would have ever wanted, no matter how bad he was hurting, not for a second. You're a living, breathing bulldozer. Stick to your own demons. Shame on you, Allison. Shame on your money-hungry team. Let my friend rest in peace, not your PR. Woo! Hold on. Get a clue. Welcome. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Queen Sheba. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, chat mods. So I just want to say something to what you were saying before about how could she not know? Because I know I have had a couple of people on both sides of my family who have unalived themselves. And you don't always know. If somebody is in your face and you're asking them how they're doing, what's going on, and they just want to keep a smile on their face and they don't want to talk about anything, there's nothing that you could do about it. If they're walking through life and making it seem like everything is okay, kind of like what people, and I'm not saying that they did this, but kind of like what people say in Love and Marriage Huntsville, that Melody and Martell walked around like there was, like everything was hunky dory, but in the background they were going through some heavy things. People don't always tell you stuff, and men in particular is especially, well, my experience with black men, um they don't want to go to no type of doctor. They don't want to go to an actual doctor for physical ailments, and they definitely don't want to go to a therapist to talk about anything. So it's very hard. I think that I'm not sure about all of what went on with this young man, but I just wanted to say, like, sometimes you don't know. You could be living with somebody and you think you know something and you find out a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, like other family, other that they had kids on the other side of the city or something like that. Like, you don't know what you don't know. So I think, to say that, that's kind of unfair in my opinion. I'm not saying like for her, but in my opinion, that's kind of unfair, to say. And that's all. That's what I wanted to say.
Got it. Thank you for coming up and share. I'm sorry, and sharing Get a Clue. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, give me 1 second. We got a super chat that just came through. I want to honor that real quick. Give me 1 second, everybody. Hold on. Let's do it.
Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me. Money, 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 money.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly by way of Moonchild 712. She coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She said the price of fame is a heck of a sheesh. 9 years in the same bed with a man. That lady is weird to me. Check it out. I want to be very clear. I want to kind of piggyback off of what Get a Clue just said. So listen, I'm not talking about or referring to situations where you're not in a house with somebody, or it's a somebody that you see every now and then, and you're like, damn, I wish I would have or I could have seen signs. No, listen to me. Listen to me. Even if you don't know, and if you are paying attention, like Courtney say, put the phones down. Turn off social media. Start watching your family. Even if they hide it well. And I'm not saying you're going to know that somebody's taking their life. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you are truly in tune with your emotions, and you're in a place where you need to be spiritually, emotionally, and physically, mentally, there's always some type of something that makes you say, I noticed my daughter ain't really talking that much no more. There's always something. Not to say that you can stop it. And let's even not even make it as gravity, like, taking your own life. Something is off. Even behind the smile. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes, the voice tone, the appetite in your house. In your house. If you have a feel for what's going on in your house, and if you don't, now is the time. We're in the beginning of the new year for you to clear out all distractions so that you can moving forward. It's not your responsibility to save somebody. You can't do that. But being in tune, yes. If we are truly in tune, we do notice things in our house. We do notice inconsistencies. We do know when somebody seems off. We do know that you're not as talkative today. We do know that you haven't showered in 2 days. We do know you're gone a little bit longer. There's no way you cannot know what's going on in your house if you are really in tune to your house. Welcome, Kicking It with Courtney. What are your thoughts?
Hey Queen, hey Palace.
Hey.
I just want to get to a point where we stop just going with the flow of white woman tears. I'm not saying that, I followed this story for a while. Even before it became a thing, like with her releasing this book. Nothing has, from the inception of this story, nothing has made sense to me. And it's just like every time a white woman starts to cry, then we have to see her side. We have to, she's painting this picture of an addiction when there's an autopsy report. I mean, let's go over facts over feelings. If there's an autopsy report, why is there not these things in his system with the report? If he's such an addict and if he has such a secret life, and where is the protection? There has to be some type of line in a marriage where his journal entries will be safe with his counterpart, where his journal entries will be safe with his spouse. Nobody needs to see those entries, maybe herself, if she wanted to share them with her children, possibly once they were, once she felt like it was a good time to share them with their children, if she deemed that necessary. But what about sharing your husband's journal entry to the world? What is that doing for him? What is that doing? I don't get the correlation of how that's helping someone. That was his privacy. He has the right to have privacy and say, I may not want to vent to the world, but I'm going to write my thoughts out, get them out, and keep them here. And for her to decide that she can, in his death, overrule his personal option to have a journal and put it out for the public. Why are we going for them white woman tears? Talking about some we're not gonna put, it's not fair. It's not fair what she's doing. It's not fair that she made his mother, the lady that birthed him, sign an NDA to even attend his funeral. How they were saying she wouldn't even let her view the body. That's not fair. How she, soft launched her relationship months after his transition. I mean, yeah, she's going to move on eventually, but I mean, it was rather quick for me, especially with the situation where someone unalives themselves. I don't know. A lot ain't adding up. The pow pow was registered under her. I'm not so quick to just have these white woman tears and say, yeah, the way she's moving is for me. It's not adding up.
Right. And listen, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. But a man wants what he wants when he
Oh,
wants it.
I agree. I 100% agree with you on that. I'm not necessarily putting on the cape either, because we have to come to the realization this is the woman that he chose. So I 100%, 1000%. I'm with you right now.
Listen, and hang out, because I'm gonna blow your mind with a video I found where Dr. Louis Farrakhan breaks down the manipulation and a new strategy. Give me 1 second. Let me get my super.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. That's a lot of money. Speaking from the purple couch, honey, coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. She said he was missing. She said he was missing. She said she called many rehabs thinking he checked, and then police came to tell her that he died. She knew something before looking in the closet. If he died, hold on. Didn't a friend say I was in your house the day he died? So he did not take his life in the house. I think that lady knew something was up, but listen. That lady knew something was up. I don't think she cared. I still don't think she gives not one good damn, period, point blank. I think she's moved on with her life. And I think it's very tragic that he took his life and he chose her for a wife. I'm going to come back to you, get a clue. I know you just dropped down, but is it something you wanted to add real quick?
Yes. I just wanted to say in regards to the in-laws, we talking about their situation, but just in general, I think it's important for women, older women, to make sure that when your child gets married, your job is to get along with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're getting along with people, there's no enmity between you and your daughter-in-law or son-in-law, then these type of things, as far as like NDAs and all that stuff, people don't have to feel guarded about, letting you make decisions about your child being, put in or whatever. So, you know, there's something to say about that. Sometimes, people make it where the other person doesn't want to deal with them and they don't respect them at the end of the day. And the only thing that they can do to get back, like, that's their lick. So if you don't want that to be their lick, you got to change it up.
So
Okay, let
it
But
me ask
depends
you
on
this real
whose
quick.
version of the
Can I
story
say
you're
something?
believing.
Hold on.
Because
Hold on.
that's
Go ahead,
like
Courtney.
a personal something personal, but several people have come, friends, family, everybody coming out with the same story. So how do we know that she wasn't the problem? Like, how do we know that? We're that's more of a personal, yeah, I've had this happen to me. I know this could happen, but this is a particular to Allison and Twitch. And several friends and family have spoken out. So how do we know that's specific to their situation?
we don't know that's specific to their situation, but I'm just speaking like in general, because it is something that does happen very often, where in-laws are left out and things. When people have funerals, it gets messy. So I think that there's something to be said about how you interact as an in-law with your son-in-law or daughter-in-law. You got to keep it on the up and up, you know. And
But what
then
about the daughter-in-law?
Only if they're willing to keep it on the up and up.
yeah,
I
if
ain't
they're
kissing,
willing,
I ain't
if they're
kissing nobody
willing.
but for my child to, because he's chosen this partner and you're wanting me. I've raised you and this is your choice. I'm not going to redefine my life to cater to this situation that you've chosen for your life. I can respect it from a distance, but as for my children, I hope that it's a mutual understanding when they decide to enter into partnerships, because I will not be catering to nobody's form of what I'm supposed to do, say. I'm gonna let them do what they do, because I'm no longer, once kids get to a certain age, you're no longer over their life like that. Like Queen said, you become a coach more than you are parenting. So I'm not going to conform to, I'm just not, personally.
What about the daughter or son-in-law trying to get along with the mother-in-law? That's a
Yeah,
two-way street. What
it
if
is
the
a two-way
mother-in-law,
street.
Alice, what if the mother-in-law tried, but the daughter-in-law was the one that didn't want to open up that door for a relationship? We can't put it on the mama, because she grieving just like, well, I'm not gonna even say the wife was grieving if she went back to her maiden name 48 hours after he was dead. And a woman knows what's in her closet, because I go in my closet every day.
Sure do. Know when my shoes missing, somebody that moved my stuff. Go ahead.
I know when a shirt is out of place I have my closet organized. So if something is even out of place, when I go in there, I spot it.
Real quick, I want to say this, get a clue, then I'm going to DH Sobers, and then I'm going to play this videotape, y'all. I mean, I always say videotape. They say, Queen, that's you using age terminology. I'm going to play this video from YouTube. So listen, they want to know, get a clue, and I want you to be as real as you feel like comfortable being. Are you saying, and let's keep it real, that a lot of times these mamas and these black mamas can be a huge problem?
Yes, I think so. And I know, from my experience, personal experience, watching other people in my family and stuff like that when they're married, sometimes the in-laws do overstep their bounds, and that's not just saying that it's only black women. I mean, because like if you watch that Mama's Boy show, like those are like white women, like so it's an issue with older women. I'm not saying I don't know what the particulars are with them, but that is something that needs to be addressed. You have to take a step back. And then the other thing is that when a woman moves on, and people have a time frame on when women can move on, when it's appropriate. But you have men out there before their wife is even in the casket, they done already moved on. They got that next person, and nobody grills them about it. Nobody has anything to say about that. So it's like a double-edged
Hold
sword,
on.
on that. Like I think that lady that was a cook, her husband brought his other significant other into the home while she was dying from cancer. And that's something that happens often too to women of all cultural backgrounds. We don't get the same type of thing. So I mean, I'm not saying, I don't know, like I said, I don't know the particulars of this woman, but what I can say is that if somebody chooses to move on, male or female, it's no time limit on that, because you don't really
Gotcha.
know what people talk
That
about
was the
as a couple. You don't know what people talk
Got it.
about.
that was
I got
directly
you.
to something I said, and I specifically, this is what I tell y'all, especially when we're having dialogue. It's like we take the parts, we take the parts that we want to hear, and we leave the other parts. I was very specific in saying there is not a time frame. However, months after your partner dies, unalives themselves, I said, for me, I was specific in saying, for me, it was very fast. 2 months later, after, when you have children, it's a lot that you have to deal with as far as therapy, maybe therapy for yourself when you've been in a long-standing relationship, a loving relationship. And no, you can't tell anybody how fast to move on. But I specifically said, rewind the tape. I specifically said, for me
That
and
was
how
not
I view
Hold
things.
on.
what I
Hold on.
said.
Hold
It
on. Get
had
a clue.
nothing to do
I
with
was
what
being
you said.
specific.
That was
Pause. Pause.
something
Pause. One
that
at a
I just
time.
wanted to, huh?
Pause. 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 Listen. Okay, so listen, I gotta move forward. But I got it. She
That
said that's not to you, and Courtney said that's
it
not to
wasn't
her.
to you. If I had something to say about what you said, I would have specifically said your name. But those are my thoughts, so that's not to you. I don't know why you even took it there.
Because I said she moved on kind of fast,
I
so I was
understand what you
responding to.
said,
I,
but we're
okay,
talking
that's why
about
I'm
in
not arguing with
general.
you. I'm just clearing it up
Yeah, I'm
because
not
I said
arguing. I'm just making
specifically.
it clear that I
Okay,
was
we
not
got it.
talking
We got it. Go
specifically
ahead,
to
Queen,
you
because I
about
ain't.
that.
You want to
Those are my
argue, and
thoughts.
baby,
Okay.
We are.
we'll go.
And
We
listen.
can. I'm not
Courtney,
scared.
calm down,
I,
Courtney.
and
Hey, hold
I'm there for it
on.
now.
We
I'm there for it.
can.
Woo-hoo.
We
I'm
can.
there.
I'm not
I stay
scared.
ready. I stay
I'm
on
not
it.
gonna.
Wait
I
a
said it
minute.
wasn't to you, and it
Court,
wasn't to
calm down,
you.
baby.
You
Hold
But I'm
automatically
talking
took offense.
specifically to
Let
If
you.
the
we're
I'm
having
games
personally
a
talking to
begin.
no, but
you.
you
Let
is you
the
I'm
did say
directly
something to
talking to
me.
you
You
though.
directed
So
your
it don't matter if
comments
you were talking to me.
directly to
I'm
me,
telling you
and
right
that
now, right
wasn't
here.
Hey,
I'm
talking
come
to
talking
break
to
you.
you.
over.
I was
I'm
making a
addressing
general
you.
statement
I'm
about the
talking to
whole
you.
situation.
Everything I'm saying is
That's the
specific
point that
to
I
you.
wanted to make.
And we did talk
right.
about the man, and the lady had dementia. We did say he shouldn't have moved that lady in his house.
I didn't say that y'all didn't.
I know y'all hear my damn horn.
Hey, Queen. Peace. I'm finna guard the palace. It's finna
Hold
be
on.
peace in the
I need
palace.
to I need to go to DH Sobers. Give me 1 second. Everybody mute. Babe, I'm gonna have me a mimosa today early. Look, hold on. Courtney. Okay, y'all mute up. Hold on. Let me go to DH. Hold on. Let me go to DH. DH Sobers.
Hello.
Welcome. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so my thoughts might be a little different than others. I just think this is a great example of how important marriage is. Some people think it's just a piece of paper. Some people think, oh, it's not that big of a deal. But when you are married to someone and something like this happens, that person that you chose as a spouse gets to control every single thing. And there's nothing a mama, a sister, a brother, even a child sometimes can do about it. If she decides to have him go out on hologram tours with his image, there's nothing anybody can do about it. He chose her. He chose this woman to be that, to carry on his legacy and continue and procreate and have his children with and all of that. And so now people don't like the way she's handling him, but he chose her. I'm not saying it's right, and by no means am I taking up for her, but he chose it. She probably agreed. People are judging her because she changed her name 2 days after. We don't know how tight that relationship was before he decided to unalive himself. She could already been, unattached. We don't know, and so I like the other caller who brought up, we judge so women harshly when it comes to grieving and how they choose to grieve and every little thing that they do when men move on so quickly and people don't even bat an eye about how quickly men move on. There was no foul play. She didn't do anything to make him harm himself, or she didn't have a hand in him harming himself. He was battling with something, and unfortunately, that's the route and the avenue that he took. We don't like it. We still wish he was here, especially for his children, but he chose her.
All right. Well, thank you, DH Sobers, for coming up and sharing your thoughts. We appreciate you pulling up. All right, y'all. That was DH Sobers. But listen, how y'all gonna talk about my damn horn? They say I got a boat horn. Let me play it one more time. Okay, I just had to hear it for myself. Hold on. Butterfly Sugar, welcome. Welcome. What are your thoughts?
Good afternoon, Queen. I just want to say I agree with the previous person that just stepped down. He chose her, but at the same time, on a human level, there needs to be some type of respect. And she lacked the respect of putting his personal thoughts in her book. His story is not her story to tell. It's fine if she wanted to write a book from her viewpoint of their marriage, but to share his intimate thoughts with the world, that's not her story to tell. That's his story. And he's no longer here to tell his story. So I don't think she should have put that out there. And as far as having his family sign an NDA, that was petty. She didn't want whatever happened after he died to be made known unless she made it known so it can be made off a profit. There's only two reasons why you have somebody sign an NDA. Whatever happened, you plan on making money from it, or you just want the whole thing to be quiet and go away. I think the lady lacks common decency on a human level. And as far as what parents and mothers specifically needing to step back out of their children's relationship, you should want your spouse to have a good relationship with their mom if their mom's a good person. If their mom is a bad human, that's understandable. But if their mom is a decent, respectable human being, me personally, I want my future husband to have a good relationship with his mom, because if he respects, honor, and cherishes his mother, he's going to do the same for you and your children, specifically his daughters. So women that think, oh, he's a mama's boy, or you're too close to your mom, that's a little foolish to me. There's a big difference between a mama's boy and having a good relationship with your mom. And you always want a future partner to have a good relationship with not only their parents, but their siblings if they're good people, because that shows that that person that you're with is a good, loving, caring, respectable person. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you, Butterfly Sugar. Thank you for coming up. Y'all, somebody said this is a tough topic. It is, and we grown over here, baby. Everybody is everybody good to go. I love the different perspectives that we're bringing, and we're okay with a little pushback. We're okay with a little tension. I think everybody can handle themselves. Butterfly, I have to agree with you. Yes, you know what? We can't tell a woman how to grieve, but at the same time, where is the respect and the decency and the order for your husband as a wife? So I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
And thank you for allowing me to come up, Queen. I hope you have a good day. Miss Courtney, I love you. And I don't miss one of your lives either. I love you, ladies. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Now, y'all, I'm going to play a tough video, and we might have to, everybody good?
I'm great. Shoot,
Okay.
I'm good for this. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm
Everybody
good too.
good? Okay. All right. So we finna go to another video. Here we go. We finna go to another video, baby. Share this tab instead. Now, it might get a little controversial over here. Y'all on y'all lunch break, for those of you in the chat? I ain't trying to start no shit at work, but we finna talk about it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let me take this one down. Hold on, let me stay here. All right. I'm going to pause it throughout to speak. Listen to Dr. Louis Farrakhan. As I was researching this topic, I found this video by accident, and he lays out the money strategy and how that works and how the other side keeps themselves attached to the money. Watch this. Okay, I got it. Here we go. Can y'all see this? Yeah, y'all can see it. All right, here we go. Twitch was an entertainer. Ellen DeGeneres was an entertainer, but also an expert. He says we have the talent. They have the expertise.
We can't hear it, Queen.
Y'all can't hear it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, thank you for telling me. I didn't know that. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, let me try one more time. I hope it comes off. Let me try one more time. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Let's see if we can get the. All right. Lord, please let it work. Let me. Oh, stop sharing. I know what I did wrong. I was sharing. I know what I was doing wrong. Okay, y'all ready? Let's try one more time. I was sharing 2 tabs. Let's see if this one works. This may get a bit controversial. If it's too much for you, please free to take care of your own thoughts and leave. And I don't mean that with shade, but we finna get real grown over here. Okay, here we go. Let me know if y'all can hear it when you start hearing it play.
All of our entertainers, see, we have the talent. They have the expertise.
Did y'all hear that?
We can hear.
Okay, thank you. He says, we have the talent. They have the expertise. Here we go.
They attach themselves to our talent. They are the managers, the agents, and they are the accountants. And that's why our Black artists loved fame and got fame, but died poor because somebody else got their money, sent their children to the finest schools, and are able to continue to rule while you pass on nothing to your children but the legacy of your fame.
Is that hidden with Twitch's Life After Death? Are y'all picking up what he's putting down? Your mama gets
home
nothing.
run, Queen. That was a home run.
He said they get the money. And your children live on through the legacy of your fame, DMX, all of the rappers that have died, including Twitch. But the money has been assigned back to them. Keep going.
And nothing else. But today, they've developed a new strategy. Let's make our Negroes rich. New strategy. The old strategy was let them die broke. Or they take you, when you first start singing, you're in what they call the chitlin circuit. Y'all know about that? And then as you get famous in the chitlin circuit, they finally put you in a supper club and you cross over and you get new management, and then they take you to after parties and you meet a beautiful white girl. Did I say something wrong? And the next thing you know, you've ditched your black wife and have you a white one.
We good? Pausing?
We good. We good, Queen.
Pausing.
All right. Anybody want to get in before I keep going?
You cooking, Queen. Keep going.
And when you die, like poor Gary Coleman, there's a woman pulled the plug the first day. Don't stay, you might come back out. This nigga's worth more to me dead. Pull the plug.
Pull the plug, change the name, move the house, get a new man. Let's go.
Poor Tiger. He ain't black. He's a Cablinasian. Whatever the hell that is. The greatest ball player that ever did it, golfer. And the girl that he married was a nanny, I understand. A nanny. And his man making billions. And he married a nanny.
Ooh, is he not cooking? Is he not cooking?
Kitchen.
Listen, go ahead, Cora. He said the new strategy is there's an old strategy versus the new strategy. The old strategy was we're going to eat off of the black talent. They're the experts and the executors. You're the talent. And there was a time they would take all of your belongings. But now the new strategy is give them a little bit of money. But even in death, it comes back to us. And he starts naming them off one by one by one by one. He says, Tiger is a billionaire and you married a damn nanny. Courtney, you was about to say something.
I just said he in the kitchen. I mean, he cooking. He in the kitchen cooking. So I get it.
He finna name off some names. Y'all ready?
I'm ready for the names. Names.
Pay very close attention to what's going on in today's times. And I like how he set it up where he's being nice, but he's letting you know what's going on.
Now the poor fella, now she rich for the rest of her life with her beautiful mulatto children, and now he's struggling to hit the ball right.
Twitch's wife will be rich for the rest of her life with her beautiful children.
You're crossing over now, bless your heart, but the money goes back to them. Now, they have my brother, Russell Simmons. He wrote a beautiful piece on Black-Jewish relations.
Follow the name drops.
And I'm here to tell you, no black man or woman becomes a multi-millionaire without friendship in the Jewish community.
Y'all listening? Peep the names.
I'll prove it in a minute. Did you know? I'll get back to, oh Lord, there's so much to give you, but I can't do it all. Did you know that nearly all prominent Negro actors and musicians have or had Jewish sponsors and managers? Florence Mills, Ethel Waters, Paul Robeson, Duke Ellington, Cap Calloway, Adelaide Hall, Valeda Snow, Bojangles, Hattie McDaniel, Stephen Fetcher, Rochester, Chilton and Thomas, and the Mills Brothers, the Ink Spots, just keep naming. See, so they have a way of attaching themselves to your gifts, but you get nothing. They get it all. Now they've decided, you know, we have.
So he's starting from the old tradition versus the new tradition. I have to pause it in order to be able to give teaching moments or kind of disrupt the original format of the video for the Copyright Fair Use Act. He dropped Russell Simmons' name to say, oh, he's very well connected. But he also said, no Negro, no black person in Hollywood, media, television, music industry, think of your fan faves, can get that rich without having a connection to the people that run it, which are the Jewish people. Isn't Ellen DeGeneres a...
We have to change this.
Yeah.
New strategy. Our brother, Russell Simmons, is a multi-millionaire. He's a good brother. And he has great friendship with the Jewish people. Miss Oprah, a beautiful woman with a beautiful heart, a multi-billionaire. But there's a Jewish man that helped guide her career and make her who she is.
You see how he's strategically telling you what he needs to tell you, but doing it in a positive way so that he's not censored. You know, they've run him off of all social media platforms. I hope y'all know that, right? Or did y'all not know that? He's banned from all major social media platforms. Were y'all aware of that?
I didn't know that. That's news.
Yes, I
No,
know
I was
that.
not aware of that.
Yeah, I know that.
He is banned from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, banned. So it's hard to get a hold of his teachings. So what he started to do was reconstruct his strategy and letting us know what it was, because he was accused of being anti-Semitic. So he said, nice lady, nice people. It's the sarcasm and the satire. Let's keep going. But he's letting y'all know who's tied to what and what agendas.
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Just name them.
Oh, okay. And he dropped this tea, I'll let you know how long ago. And y'all are just finding out about the behind the scenes abuse, okay, let me keep going.
Even in hip hop, Jews manage most of the black hip hop artists. And man, I got something, I can't do it now, but they end up with nothing. They come with the bling bling and a nice car, and they show you that they're successful. But if you could see the breakdown of the record deals, they end up with nothing. As I said in my lecture, The Crucifixion of Michael Jackson, he was asset rich and cash poor. So
Listen very closely.
if you're going to sell your assets, then you can get liquid. If you don't want to sell your assets, then you borrow against your assets. So the Jewish person with money was always there to loan Michael money, because Michael was smart enough to buy the catalog of Elvis Presley
and the Beatles.
And the Beatles is worth a...
Did y'all know that?
Yes.
Did you
I
hear
knew
him
that.
say the crucifixion of Michael Jackson? He didn't say the death. He said because they wanted the catalogs, the portfolios. Michael was smart. He didn't
They
have a lot of
still have.
cash. Huh?
Sorry, I was gonna say I'm sorry. They still are at his mother about that Beatles catalog. Like they're still fighting over it. And
Yeah, he
she's
bought it.
super old to be going through that. But they're
He was
trying to force her to sell it.
well, they'll take it eventually. But
Yeah.
they took his okay, let me let it go. But for those of you that don't know, Michael Jackson chose to be cash poor and asset rich. I'd rather have assets than cash because I own the assets, the portfolio, all of that of Elvis Presley and the Beatles.
Worth $1 billion. So he had it. They were trying to get it from him. He had Neverland. They were trying to get it from him. So he loved nice things. So he spent money because he had it. But then when he needed to save his property, he had to borrow. Now, what is the strategy? See, I have a list of all the NBA owners.
Oh.
See, it's like a plantation. You just a piece of meat, throwing balls in hoops. They got dogs, they can do that. And they go in the hoop. Now you're the best at doing it. So you on a plantation, but you're rich. A rich slave. You sharecropping again. LeBron James sharecropper.
Oh? What?
No, I'm not downing my brother, but he's being used. And as long as he can play like he plays, they want him in Cleveland, they want him in New York, they want him in Chicago, they want him in Miami. So he's good meat, you know. Boy, in this book here, you should see the way they sold us. We have a nigga, 22 years old, strong.
Let me follow
skilled
through.
in
Let me go and look
carpentry,
at because
skilled in
right here.
How did she get to be sold? She owed her rent and couldn't pay it, so they put her on the block and sold her. It's all here. Look at you today. You can't see how you tore up. You want a home, don't you? Everybody wants a home. So they made it possible for you to get one. No money down. No, all you do is pay interest. How the hell could you accept a deal like that? In 3 years, the interest now goes up. You didn't see that in the fine print. Now you're in foreclosure. It's a trick. Who's behind it? Wall Street. Who are they?
All right. And there we have it. Listen. Oh, hold on. What are y'all thoughts? One at a time.
Queen, he teaching and I'm learning. I'm listening. I'm taking in. He cooking. I got my plate ready.
Oh, Courtney?
He's absolutely 100% on point. I could name off so many, just so many talents. Just so many talents. The first person that comes to mind, I know a lot of people don't like him. I know that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But Kanye.
I like Kanye, but keep going.
I like Kanye too, but I know he's a sensitive topic for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Kanye, but just the way Kanye is very specific to what he's talking about, the way that when Kanye spoke out about the Jewish community and how he lost his billionaire status almost instantly. All the endorsements were pulled, how everybody kind of pulled back on him. And he really don't be lying about a lot of stuff. Like he really don't be like, look at his bloodline. He has those children by Kim. Just look at, I look at a lot of stuff the Kardashians did to him. like violating his HIPAA, all types of stuff. I'm just listening. I can, I can see exactly what Mr. Farrakhan is saying, what Minister Farrakhan is saying.
Yep, and they've banned him. And a lot of times, if you go, well, let me just warn you, if you try to go and look at some of the commentary that have been reposted on other pages, it's going to say viewer discretion advised, as if you're about to watch something heinous. And you know what I mean? Ain't that
Mhm.
crazy how they got him categorized? But I like I like a lot of his teachings. I've learned a lot from listening, especially if you go look at the parts about wealth. But ain't that crazy? He talked about this years ago. He ain't lying.
Here we go.
The money is returned back to sender. Because if you're worth more dead than alive, we not really losing anything. We gonna front you a little something. If you think about all of the rappers that are dying left and right, I said it a long time ago. They have insurance policies on them.
Queen, can I say something?
Yeah, yeah.
I to me, in my opinion, I feel like be speaking specifically about hip hop, because of the circumstances that most of the rappers come from, they still come into that industry with that same like street hood mentality where you got all this money that come through your fingers, but you don't have any no life insurance, you don't have anything put up for when you get old. Even in that system, even though it's illegal, they still age out and end up poor. So, I think it's the same thing. Like they're just taking that mentality from the street over here to the boardroom and it doesn't connect. And then also, like I grew up in California, in Compton, California. And my interaction with white people was completely different from how it is right now with me living in North Carolina. What I've observed is that they are so loyal to their culture, to their way of life, to their religion. And when I look at like where I came from, it's not a lot of loyalty to those things. Family, none of that. Property, none of that. So, not saying that black people don't have property in Compton, California, because my mom does, but at the end of the day, the majority of it is not family oriented or anything like that. So what I've seen in my family with my male cousins who have married white women is that they get so engulfed into their culture because they have way more traditions than we have.
I'm a disagree. I don't think white people have traditions.
I
I
think
don't.
that they do. From what I've seen in the South, like their way of living is completely different, especially with it being in the Bible Belt.
They may have a
It's
different lifestyle, but I don't think they're embedded in culture and traditions like that of Asians, African Americans, Middle Easterns, Hispanics, Latinas. No. I mean, I'm gonna push back. But I think there's a difference between lifestyle, placism, tax brackets, income. But traditions, they stole traditions. But I'm getting way too deep. Way too deep.
they did still traditions. I guess what I'm saying is that they have more organization. They care more about family. And at the end of the day, if you don't have a respect and a care for family, then everything is going to go down.
I'm gonna
We
say
don't
this.
respect that.
I'm gonna say this real quick. And then I wanna damn, hold on. Then I'm gonna get to my super chat. I understand what you're saying. They don't have as many broken homes as we do. I mean, that's just what it is. Do they care more? They appear to.
No.
The men are in the homes with their children. The men are marrying the women
Yes.
and cultivating a family unit because they understand the positives, the benefits, the profit, the cohesiveness that comes from family. And that's not, hey, I can't blame them, but so does other people, not just white. So does other coasts. So not
Yes.
just white folks, but other
No, it's not just
races.
them. Yeah.
Yep. Give me one
I
second. Let me
get. Oh,
go ahead, Courtney. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I get what she's saying. I don't think they're more traditional, but white people do things like set their kids up. Like white kids can stay at home until 25, 30 till they have their savings and everything. Black people, we tend to have this thing like, I'm ready for them to go, or I need y'all to help pay these bills type of thing. But it's because white people typically have more resources than
That's
what's
true.
afforded to Black people.
I agree. I agree. And in order to establish resources, typically the man is responsible for providing that resourceful foundation. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me go to the super chats real quick, and then I'm opening the mic to y'all.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Line Dance Queen, we thank you for the 2-piece and a pepper. Thank you. Angelique Antonio coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, Queen, the man is neither here to defend nor deny the allegations his widow is making. There's a fine line between protecting your spouse's legacy and profiting off of your love story. Hey, I can't disagree. Angelique Antonio got that money comes to me because she came back, baby, with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, Black men better ponder the economics of it all when they marry Basic Betty. I don't think men think that deep. Men are visual creatures aesthetically. They like what's pleasing to the eye. I think they enjoy providing for beautiful women. You get what I'm saying? Or what they deem to be beautiful damsels in distress. I don't think they're thinking about the economics of it all. Kendra, I'm not saying I disagree with you. What I'm saying, there's an other end of that, of being a male and us not understanding that depending on your aesthetics, there's not many prerequisites or qualifications you would need to have in place in order to, what do y'all call it? In order to bag a man like that. Kendra coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. Black women called this out in the 90s because we saw the play and we were told we were jealous and wrong. The kids of these unions stay in the white community with money if they get it. If mama don't spend it all. But I get you, Kendra. All the tea in China coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, Queen, I knew this, my hubby, and I have been reading on this for years. Girl. Angelique coming through. Angelique coming back, honey, with a 2-piece and a pepper. She says, learn from them. Don't be like them. And what she's talking about is that Dr. Louis Farrakhan says that a lot. Get in corporate America. Learn the systems, learn the strategies, learn the ins and outs, learn where they get it from. Come back and build it for yourself. Kendra coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, no, ma'am, they have obligations and vacates. That's not tradition. That is image. They work to keep up image. Hit the like button. Oh, Kendra dropped the mic. Welcome.
I love Kendra.
Listen.
Kendra I don't know if she can't never come up, but she is so smart.
She is.
Like, you pay attention to her chats. Kendra got a lot of wisdom.
She does. Kendra says, no, ma'am. That's vacate. That's not tradition. That's image. They work to keep up image. And hit the like button while you're at it. Listen, Angelique Antonio, welcome.
Hi, ladies. Happy Friday Eve. I wasn't going to come up, but when I heard what the sister just said, I just felt compelled to come up. It's not that white folks have tradition, and we really, we really need to be self-conscious and cognizant of how we in the conscious realm think that white people's ice is better than anybody else's, because as Kendra said, it is not traditions, it is facade. I too live in the Carolinas, and Black people in the South have tradition. What white people have that you are mistaking as traditions is they have wealth and they understand legacy. Black folks are now beginning to understand and delve into legacy, meaning that legacy is more than just leaving something for your children. Legacy is, and I'll give you an example, when you can put your mama and daddy's name on a college building, that is legacy, because that will live forever. Legacy is when you can make somebody else's life better and you don't know them, and they can't do nothing for you, but because of the contributions you made, their life is better. That is legacy. So I just want us to be clear. White folks do not have nothing over Black people when it comes to tradition. What it may be about your cousins who marry outside their race, and just to be clear, I have no problems with anybody marrying outside their race. I have a problem with you putting someone else down to reason and rationalize why you did. That's what I have a problem with. Nevertheless, what it may be is that your cousins are just luxuriating in the whiteness. And that's just real.
Mm.
Okay, Angelique. Let me shut up and just be on the panel. But y'all are giving.
Oh, listen, the beeps are beeping, honey. They're trying to get up on this conversation. Who is this? Mr. Kraft says the legacy died when he killed himself. That comment prompted me, not because I don't think I know what legacy is. I said, well, let's get definitive. Let's get down. Let's get very technical. What is the true meaning of legacy? In its basic meaning, a legacy is a gift of money or other personal property that's granted by the terms of a will, often a substantial gift that needs to be properly managed. But the word is used much more broadly as well. Okay.
Exactly. The word is very, now in 2025, like a lot of other shit, the word is very fluid, and the word is used for different things. So if in fact the word, the definition that you just give, then we all have legacy. But what really compelled me to just get up on here is we just need, we are very homogenized in this society, and sometimes we can't help it. We unconsciously luxuriate in whiteness. We live in a very European society. America is European. It was built by Europeans, okay? And the Constitution was not made for Black people, and it's still not. So we do have an intrinsic and systemic thought process that we just need to be careful about saying things. Oh, white folks have more tradition. White folks have more whatever. No, they just were more violent, and the violent took it by force.
Preach.
That's what that was.
Let me recap my statement, baby. Because preach, Angelique.
Preach, baby. You cooking.
Yeah.
Baby, if this was
I
would have for this conversation.
Like I told Courtney earlier, I am a proud member of the 92%. I am going to be on my soft girl shit. I'm not marching. I'm not doing none of that. I have nothing more to give right now. If you are not a member of the 92%, I'm not messing with you, because I'm tired. As a Black woman, I now know how you feel about me.
Before I go to the next caller, just because one thing I like to do, can you explain very briefly? Somebody dropped down. It's a long line. Okay, I don't know who dropped down.
I dropped down.
No, somebody else just dropped down.
Okay.
Can you explain very briefly what the 92% is?
For me, the 92% is the percentage that actually cared about the welfare and the well-being of this country. And we cared about everybody, not just ourselves. We cared about every single person. We cared about your children. We cared about the education of your children. We cared about whether you had food. We cared about whether you had a home or not. We cared about whether you could afford shelter. We cared about whether you could afford your bills. We cared about whether you could be a family that could buy a house. We cared about your mental state. We cared about your body. Now, I don't care. And that's how I feel. Get back to me in 4 years. I don't know. But like I told Courtney earlier, the Lord spoke to me and said, we gonna be all right. I don't know about nobody else, but He got us.
Oh, oh,
And I heard that
oh.
from God. He said, don't worry about it. Y'all be fine.
Listen,
Oh, I'm loving this
I don't
conversation.
care.
hold on.
I don't care. I said what I said. I meant what I said.
I'm going to wrap it up because I'm on my lunch. I just need us to be very clear and very conscious because it's going to be a lot of inundating of otherness. So if you think that they was coming at us hard now, they really going to try to come hard at us. And we need to be kind to one another. Check a bitch when you have to, but check her in love and check her in truth. And stop luxuriating in this damn whiteness. Because they don't have nothing over us. They have, you know what they have over us? 400 years.
Bingo.
You know what they have over us? That their neighborhoods are not gerrymandered and redlined. So it's not that they have more traditions, they just have more tricks.
Wow.
Y'all just have a wonderful day. I love y'all and I'll see y'all soon, okay?
Listen.
Okay, thanks for the
Oh,
word.
Queen, this episode gonna be on replay today. Queen.
Hold on. Courtney, wasn't that good?
edit my part out, but this gonna be on replay today.
I don't even know. Nah, we good. They
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Listen, wow. Thank you. Fruit gummy.
Hey, Queen. Listen, that last caller, she said all that I wanted to say and then some. So, like I said, we could just let it marinate on that. First of all, I love this conversation and plus 100 to everything she said. Listen, doubling on what she said, don't get caught up in the rhetoric that's meant to demonize us as if white people have more than us or as if we're just the bottom of the barrel. There is a lot of dysfunction in their culture, in their families, in their community, but the only difference is that they understand that if we're constantly blasting out loud our dysfunction, it makes us not look as unified or as a solid group, and it doesn't hold on to the idea, like the last caller said, of whiteness being pure, whiteness being good, and whiteness being what you should aspire to be. So I'm just coming in and I just wanted to say that caller said everything and then some. Point blank, period. And Black women, whenever these kind of stories and stuff come out, stand down. Stop windmilling for something that, quite frankly, is not even our business. Let other people handle it, and you just sit in your softness and worry about how you elevate your legacy in the community that you build for yourself.
Well, it sounds like there's a consensus from the audience that we are going to luxuriate in our soft girl era moving forward, starting today. If you haven't already, welcome to the club of soft girl era. We are going to paint our nails. We're going to get our pedicures. We're going to eat our bonbons and sip our champagne in peace. We're going to do what we were called to do, and that's to be divinely feminine. We're not trying to save nobody. It's not our job. It's their job to save themselves. Can I get an amen, ladies?
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Listen, did you all enjoy today's conversation here in the palace?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you did, because I was juggling and toggling between, do I do the Twitch story or do I do the story about the Black church where the pastor forced the young girl to come up and apologize for being pregnant? Pause. I did them both. This one I did live. The other one is ready to go, and I'll release that later today. You women have been, y'all have really cooked today. I just love the wherewithal, the intellect, the sharpness, the wisdom, and the knowledge that flows from the palace, baby. Ain't no stopping us now. And with that being said, I would like to open up the panel to get your final thoughts from the ladies. And I'm going to say maybe 60 seconds or less. Let me pause. Let me put back on my overlay. so that we can close properly here. I am going to, hold on. Miss Deborah, welcome, welcome. I want to give you an opportunity to get your
Hey y'all.
okay.
Hey, good morning. Good
We got an
afternoon,
echo.
everyone. Can you
Mute up
hear
if
me?
you're not talking. We got a big echo. I'm gonna mute up too. Okay, give me a second to say hi to you, Miss Deborah.
Okay.
How are you, Miss Deborah?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yep. So we're gonna give you the
Okay.
floor.
Okay. Well, just real quick, I wanted to say, first of all, I want to say hello to everybody. And I want to say that I just read Twitch's mom's statement. I do want to just say I pray that their family comes back together and that the children can have relationships with his side of the family. I don't have nothing to say about nothing else. The other thing I want to say is talking about the soft girl era for myself. After the election, I decided that guess what? I already knew how you felt about black women, but now I really, really, really know. So I'm going to think about myself. Y'all want to go out there, something happened to you. I pray nothing happens bad to our black men. But the way they did, some of them did not protect us. Like I'm not checking for them right now. I'm sorry. And then what I want to also do is in this soft girl era, make sure that the men in your family are respecting you. Don't put up with nothing. And I mean that. I have an issue, boys talking back, being disrespectful, all that stuff. Stop it at home first. And then outside, definitely, be sure that you're respected. If you're not, exit. Just leave the room. Don't put up with anything. So that's all I wanted to say. Courtney, I was listening to you earlier today, and I
I did
agree.
too.
And whoever that said that 92%, I'm in there. I was
Are
in
we
there
in?
the day after they said, I'm in there. I was
I'm
already in. I didn't know what to call it. I was just in my feelings and said, the hell with everybody. I'm just sorry. I was. And that's the way I feel right now. Just the hell with them. Let y'all go eat each other. I don't give a damn. Excuse me. I don't give a damn about what's happening down in DC. I don't care. Like, whoever voted for these, just let them eat themselves. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, that's all I came up to say. And I want to say I love y'all. I love the palace. I love coming here. Thank you for having me up. Now I'm going to chat back down here in the bushes. Bye, y'all.
Bye. We love you, Miss Deborah. Thank you for coming
Thank
up.
you, dear.
I don't want to talk about it.
You just said I'm gonna talk about
Kill
it.
it. I get angry. I don't want to.
Listen, Snatched by Diego says, I'm in my soft girl era. I think we all are. Can we all agree? 92%. We're in our soft girl era. And speaking of soft, before I go to the panel, and speaking of soft girl era, we're already 10 steps ahead here in the palace. We are doing our soft girl thing. Honey, we're going to Phoenix, Arizona for a spa retreat in May. If you so you don't have to be a member to go, but you have to be a member to access the information, which is the priority level membership. Don't ask me. I'm not sending it to you. I am not administrative assistant. That's the perks and the benefits of joining the membership, knowing where we're moving and how we're moving and where we're going to relax as women and what we doing and how we're going to love on each other in our soft girl era and how we're going to take care of each other. Okay. We're not asking for permission to do that in 2025. I know we just got back from a cruise. I know y'all are like, damn, Queen Sheba, y'all ladies just came back from a cruise and we leaving again in 90 days, honey. We out of here. We're going to Arizona. We finna eat our bonbons in peace and sip our champagne by the pool and get a couple of spa treatments. So that's it. That's all. With that being said, where's the membership? I think they say it's easier if you do it from a computer for the priority membership, okay? The priority membership to get that information. That's the perk and the benefit of that. Let me get the final thoughts. Somebody said, please, y'all don't go. Listen, we got thanks. They don't want us to leave panel. They want y'all to keep going. But we got to freshen up. We got content creators here. We got people that got to get back to work and we got to work on other content. But we're going to bring more conversations like this, I promise. With that being said, panel, I would love to hear your final thoughts. I would love to hear your final thoughts. And then I'm going to wrap up with my super chats. I am going to start with you. Get a clue. What are your final thoughts? We can't hear you. Let's do a mic check. Can y'all hear Get a Clue? Let me know if I just can't hear.
No, we can't hear.
Ah,
No, I
okay.
can't hear either.
There you go. We still can't hear you. Get a clue? Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Okay. Get a clue. We can't hear you. Aunt Natty dropped down. She was gonna be next. Let's do another mic check. Get a clue. Come off mute. I'll mute up. Nah, we can't hear. If you want to drop down and come back up, I'll post the link. Let's go to Fruit Gummy.
My final thoughts after today's discussion is, again, just rest in your soft girl era, and that really just means about not only the relaxation but the building of what brings you peace and what brings you happiness. And as we go into this year, whatever drama or craziness it may bring, it's not your business to put on that cape. You cape for yourself this year, and that's it. That's all.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Fruit Gummy. We really appreciate your wisdom and your knowledge. And she's actually one of the youngest. Not, I don't know if she's the youngest because we have people that are in the bushes, but she's in her 20s. So we have very diverse women from all around the world, all around the country that participate in the palace, that come up and share their thought leadership. We appreciate you, Queen, and tell Mama Gummy we love her. Okay, let's go to Get a Clue. You got the floor. Let's do a mic check. Get a clue.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. You have the floor.
Okay.
What are your final thoughts?
Okay, I want to thank you for having me on your panel. I enjoyed myself and having this conversation, first off. And then secondly, I wanted to say I've been in my soft girl era as well. Um, and I think that's where we should stay. I think that's exactly where we should stay and not be concerned about things of this nature, because there's other things that we could work on, like your other shows where you're talking about women's issues and other things like that, how we relate to each other and everything like that. That's where my head is at. But thank you.
Thank you for coming up. You and Courtney had a good go, but it was good and entertaining. And I hope you know over here in the palace ain't nothing ever personal. It was actually funny. And we appreciate you just coming up and sharing uh, your thoughts today. Very good conversation. Thank you. Get a clue. All right. Unnatty, you have the floor for your final thoughts.
I windmill my last windmill for the black man today. I'm officially in the black man that chooses to not be in his blackness. Today I began my South Girl era and I just entered the 92%. Great conversation.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Unnatty. You hung out with us for a long time today, girl.
Yes, ma'am. It was captivating.
A very good conversation. I have to agree. And I hope you come back for the next one.
You know I will.
All right. Before I go to kicking it with Courtney, Erica, I see you just popped up. I want to go ahead. I like to end with the panel. So I'm going to let you get in before I end with Courtney.
Oh, I hate the first thank you for having me. And I know this is like the end of the show, but I just wanted to say that, and I really, because I am in probate right now, but I can really, really relate with this situation on some level to an extent, because they are very, very dirty. Like my children's father, he married, you know, the opposite race, and she was so low down that the day that he passed, she had us served the following day. So he wasn't even in the ground 24 hours. And my children's father is, you know, we have a what you call it, my children are heirs, you know, so we're in a probate situation with that. And because who I am, I'm not like that family who played those games or got played with what was it, a NDA or something like that
Yeah,
they
a
gave. Oh
non-disclosure
no,
agreement.
no ma'am. I have made, first of all, the way that I stand on business about my kids and my family and my children, his mother, she treated him so disgusting that even at the church, she told her, I'm not going to walk behind you and your children. That's not going to happen. And she had the audacity. Listen, she knew not to even look to the left because I would have knocked her head off the swivel. Okay. But what I'm saying is they do these nasty things. She packed up his stuff when he passed in the hospital. We hadn't even got to a funeral situation yet. And she had already packed the house up. And because of where we live, the rules, you can't do nothing because my children are heirs. You get me? So you can't move nothing without consulting with them. So that lady is not right, whoever this Twitch boss woman is. And I'm telling you, it is something that they need to do their due diligence behind it. Because even with the one who we're dealing with, nobody didn't do their due diligence. And this lady got over 42 aliases who he married. My children's father. And I have shut her down from the gate. Like, she really can't even show her face in this city. So it's not even worth using the name, you know? So I just wanted to share, like, I feel bad for, you know, just his family. I heard what you said. You absolutely right. That's who they chose. But I mean, it is what it is. But and in a situation where
Is it me or did Erica's audio just cut?
I think that was
Audio went out.
Dang, y'all got on them AirPods because they will do you dirty every time on a live.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I was saying that you are right. I totally agree with you and the other person about saying that's who they chose. And it was a situation where he was realizing it, but it just, you know, I think he thought he had more time and he didn't. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I feel like, you know, the Farrakhan was dead on it. It's like she thought she was gonna come steal a legacy in 24 hours, but not on my clock. You know, see, I'm different. I'm gonna stand on business in every single way, and I'm gonna take your head off. So it's never gonna be an easy situation this way, and it hasn't been for her at all. And my mother-in-law, his mother passed. She was so heartbroken that he was gone. You know, and this is all within last year. I had a tough year, so I know how it feels from afar. You get what I'm saying? Dealing with that, and it's inhumane. It's like they turn into evil mode. And what's interesting is that she played the black card when he was alive, and now that he's gone, she caring.
Well. Listen, thank you for sharing. Let me ask you
Mhm.
something. So you said that your husband, and I'm gonna wrap up, y'all. I promise.
My children's father.
But I'm sorry, but he was married to another woman.
And she was white.
But did he leave your kids something in his will? Because typically
They
what
get
happens,
everything. Even though we in probate, the way that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, follow me. Because I don't want, because remember the audience is following. So we got to make
Okay,
it.
I got you. I understand if in other situations you're right as far as
But
how
let
people
me
need to
ask
have
you
their stuff
this.
set up.
'Cause I love, because we got to take it slow. We got to slow it down so the audience can follow. Otherwise, they're gonna be like, what? And then when we
Okay.
get off of here, they're gonna have so many questions.
Okay.
Did he leave the kids something in the will?
He didn't have a will,
Okay,
but he's famous.
hold on. Pause. So he didn't have a will. How long was he married to that lady? Or
not even right at 2 years.
okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
If you don't want to answer it, saying, you know what, I'm gonna pass on that, and that's okay.
I'll answer. I'll answer for you.
Okay, my first question is, how old are the children?
They are 22 and 19.
Okay. What makes you feel like there's something substantial? I'm not challenging you, but I'm just trying to get a little bit more information. What makes you feel like the kids will supersede the wife in a legal court of law, probate, and
It
get
has
everything?
already, well, let me say this. You're absolutely right on other terms, but based on how we've been able to move, the only thing we're in probate right now with her is
She went out again. Hold on, we're gonna wait for you. And if you got on AirPods, take them out. Y'all, I'm telling you, those AirPods go in and out on lives.
I'm sorry.
Okay, there you go.
I
Go ahead.
apologize. Okay, I was trying to answer your question because I know you have a lot of time, but I know that as far as wherever, I understand what you're saying, but she's only right now we only fighting her for the immediate estate, but that's how we've been able to fight. I can't speak for everybody else. And when I say immediate, that's just the house and his belongings. He has royalties and she gets none of it. The only people get it would have been my children and his mother who passed. And she just passed not even 60 days ago, but even before she passed, she said, don't put my name on it. Just keep it in my grandchildren's name because my grandchildren are going to take care of me. You get what I'm saying? So I know that sounds kind of, but it's just the way things have been able to get set up. So in this situation, she don't win. She don't get nothing really.
Are you okay? Now, Erica, are you saying this based off of feeling or based
No,
off of law?
this is facts. This is facts.
Okay.
This is where we at right now. And all we're doing now is just, waiting on the probate end of, just the immediate estate, like belongings and that. But she don't get no royalties. She thought she did.
Okay.
She even tried to deposit the check, y'all. She tried to deposit it and they put a stop payment on it.
Hold on, Erica. Because listen, I'm trying to make. I don't disagree with you, but I'm a wife and I'm a stepmom. And I'm listening because I'm learning something new to say, God forbid if something happened to my husband, what the hell you mean my stepson finna come in here and take everything that we work for? How would he get this house? So how does that work? And what state is that?
We're in Georgia. And so in Georgia, when you in a situation like that, it's automatic. She don't have no kids from him. She was just showed up, basically. So it's an automatic here. The laws are a third, and a third. You get what I'm saying?
Somebody look that up for me real quick. Go ahead, keep going.
It is. And the way that his royalties are set up, she don't get none of it. Only the boys. They're the heirs.
And when you say royalties, are you talking about like music or something like that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that's separate, but that's what she thought she was gonna come and steal. She even tried to deposit the check and they put a stop payment on it. They ain't playing.
How much was that check for?
That one was like $475, and that was just one of them. But I mean, they put a stop payment on it immediately. The company, she tried to call and, get it changed over her name, baby. They politely stop that immediately. And the love and respect that they have for him, because he really, really, you get what I'm saying, is somebody who's very, very loved, especially in this city. All over the world, but Georgia for sure. You know what I mean?
I mean, you want us to follow the case and who is it?
Y'all can keep going. Definitely keep us in your prayers too. It's Rico Wade, the founder of Dungeon Family. So I know y'all love Outkast, and that's my family. That's my family. And those are my boys. The boys are the Wade boys. Those are my sons.
Put it in the chat because y'all know I don't know.
Organized Noise. He's one part of Organized Noise with Sleepy Brown and Ray Murray and Rico Wade. My children's father is Rico Wade.
Y'all write it. Okay, Rico.
And I know y'all know Sleepy because y'all always see him perform with Big Boy everywhere. But he's also one part of Organized Noise.
Okay, so Sister Craft said you're correct. If someone dies without a will, Georgia law dictates how their property, their estate, is divided among their heirs. Okay. Well, we prayers up to you.
Yep.
Wow, baby, you giggling. You about to come into that money comes to me.
I mean, it's about just taking care of the family and holding on to the legacy. But
may his soul rest in peace, but I feel your spirit. Hold
money,
on.
money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me, comes to me. Money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money comes to me. Money.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, okay. Amen. I'm not going to make light of the situation, y'all.
She thought she had a leg, but Erica, y'all had on lock, baby.
I don't play. So I do agree with what she said, though, as far as, him thinking he had more time and all of those things. So it's true when they do that, but everybody ain't going to fight either. But I am. I don't play about my kids.
Amen.
At all. Which I think that would be for any mother, I would hope, But she thought that she was gonna come and to steal a legacy in 24 hours, and surprise. And she ain't, I'm sure y'all could pull up the AJC and everything. It's been nothing but us and family. She can't even come to no events. Her name ain't even no good. So she wanted the fame like this Twitch woman want, but you ain't gonna get no fame because nobody even, it's almost like she never existed. You get what I'm saying? We wiped you, we erased you, basically. So you got to have a strong family, and it's because of our family too that comes together. Dungeon family is a family. We are a family,
Well, we're gonna keep praying for you and your family that the best
Thank
outcome
you.
is rendered for your family. And according to Georgia law, there's 50%. I think I can't remember her name who shared it in the chat. 50% for the spouse, and then the other pieces are divided up. So we're just gonna send you positivity and
Thank you for having me.
gentleness around that, Erica. And thank you for being open and
Thank you,
sharing with
y'all.
us.
Yes.
And QT, welcome. I think QT want to say something.
Hi, I was just adding on to what she was talking about. My condolences to your family.
Thank you.
As everyone knows, I've been going through, stuff with my husband's passing. It's going on 3 years now. Um, Unfortunately, my husband did not leave a will, but he did leave some things in writing, and my name was on everything. So that is how everything ended up being in my name and in my possession to dole out if I so choose. But I just want to say to people, please make sure that you have your house in order. Make
It's
sure
very
that you
important.
have things in order, written out, notarized, whatever, so that other people cannot come into your home or attempt to. And you can tell by the tone of my voice. um, I'm speaking from experience that people, unfortunately, death will turn people that you thought was in your corner against you. You will, or you find out their true feelings. So please make sure you have things in order. My husband said a lot of things to me that I did not get until his passing, until a lot of things started happening. And now it makes a lot of sense. And I think he may have done this on purpose, the way that he did, so that everything was left up to me. But I know that other people will not understand that. But just make sure legally you and your spouse have everything in order. And ladies, this might sound bad to some people, but make sure your name is on everything. Make sure your name is on everything. I don't know if people know this, but your bank account, a lot of people don't know there is a beneficiary form that you fill out for your bank accounts. Make sure your name is on his name is on yours, or whoever's name is on all of those things. Have it written out, because when someone passes, things roll very quickly. I had to put things, I'm in Maryland, I had to put things in probate by law. But a lot of things were excluded because my name as his living spouse was on everything, most of everything. So everything else that was in probate was like debt and any other assets that did not have my name on them. So I just say that to say, make sure you have everything in order. You don't have as much time as you think you do. Anything can happen. And I'm still in the process of doing my own, um getting my own house in order and leaving things to the people that I want to leave them to, because I don't want my family to have to deal with this when I'm gone. So that's all I came up here to say to everyone.
Excellent
Again, my
information.
condolences to your family, ma'am.
Thank you, QT. Excellent information, and condolences to you. Like I'm not always aware of what's going on YouTube, and I know you said y'all know. I didn't know, so prayers to you. We continue to surround all of you ladies, right, that are just dealing with things that you don't talk about. And listen, soft girl era. I think this is much needed, much needed. So we're just gonna wrap our arms around everybody right here virtually and just send out well wishes, condolences, empathies. But we got this, ladies. We got this.
Yep. And to add on to it, I've been in my soft girl, well, I don't call it my soft girl era. I've been in my protective era, since my husband left, because I honestly, this is the first time I've had to take care of myself on my own. I met my husband very young, and I was with him for most of my adult life. So I'm learning things now at later in life and how to take care and protect myself. And normally I care about other people, but I think it's shocking to people that I'm not on that right now, because it's like nobody else is going to take care of me in this era but me. And my husband was very clear in me taking care of just me. So, yeah, sometimes people will call you selfish. They will say things about you, but at some point you have to take care of yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. So, thank you everyone. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Thank you. You have a wonderful day. Courtney, I don't think I got to you for your final thoughts.
Shout out to you, Queen, the Palace. This was an amazing, amazing conversation today. It gets a little hot in the palace sometimes, but we have to roll with the punches. I want to say to black people, I love what Angelique and Kendra had to say today amongst the other panelists. But black people, make sure that you are, especially when it comes to insurance, I highly recommend getting your own insurance policies on your loved ones, being on top of paperwork when it comes to your loved ones, because my father passed in 2018, and I'm his only biological child. He had an adoptive child. But when I say her and her mom cleaned out his house while his body was still, getting cold in the hospital. And just be careful of who you trust with those type of things, because in death, you see people's true colors. That's why I was speaking on Allison, because a person can present themselves totally one way, and then when death comes, here come the NDAs, here come the I'm ruling with an iron fist type of mentality. And Twitch never showed us any discord with his mother. I don't know whether there was, but publicly, I can only go from what I saw publicly. He didn't show discord. He showed a very loving relationship with his mother. She was on the show several times. So I can't just put that on her that she was, he was a boy mom and she might have been overzealous. I'm just going by what I saw. Also, like I said, I just think this was a great conversation for Black women to just relish in our soft girl era, to understand that we need to start putting ourselves first. We cannot continue to carry the brunt of the world on our shoulders, and we're left to pick up the pieces. We have to start putting ourselves first, start unifying. And I just, that's where I am. Thank you for the conversation, Queen. My apologies. I did try to practice pause.
So, hold on, say it again, Courtney.
I did try and practice pause.
Y'all were funny. Y'all listen.
You were funny to me too. I'm back here cracking up.
Listen,
but
everything right be organized over here. Look, I got me a good old Kiki in.
Me too, Queen. Because I was really back here like, but let me,
Y'all were hilarious. You and get a clue. I kept blowing my horn, and then Natty gonna jump in.
Listen, Natty be ready, okay? But anyway, we're gonna move right along. It was great. It was fun. Great conversation. I enjoyed the panel, thoroughly enjoyed the panel so much that I know I'm going to watch the replay just to let some of them gems marinate, people. Sometimes we catch some gems, but sometimes we need to let it marinate, okay? Because they came through and dropped some real gems for us as women. So let's get into our 92% and, relish and go to Scottsdale and let the wind blow in our hair, period.
Speaking of, thank you, Angelina, for coming up and reminding us women to step into 2025 on our 92% shit. You know what I mean? We queening on 92% all 2025, period, point blank. And with that being said, actually, let me take this one off. Hold on, because somebody said, y'all got to listen to me. Oh, not that one. I ain't ready to come to that one. B says, oh, wow, just priority. I wanted to go to that. No. What I said is it's open to anybody, the Arizona Soft Girl trip. But you have to join priority to get the information. I'm not putting that in the $3.99 membership. No, ma'am. So you got to
Meaning you can join for that 1 month
and get what you
get
need.
the information, and then go back to the regular membership if you have
Yes.
any confusion.
Yes, yes, yes. So you got Courtney just told you basically, but I'm not putting that in the $3.99 membership. And then somebody else asked me another question about this. Oh, Angelique says, see you in Angelique coming through with a 2-piece and a pepper. She says, see you in Scottsdale, ladies. Listen, I'm excited. It's a beautiful resort. I've been there before. It was actually the resort that I was in. I don't know if y'all remember, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I did that mental health thing with Melody Cherie on Instagram, right? Even if that was too long ago, if you watch 90 Day Fiance, they just did like you remember they're all in therapy with what's that girl name? With all them Natalie, all of them. They're at that resort right now. Beautiful resort. I think y'all are going to enjoy it. And then I wanted to highlight something else. Angelina coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, this ain't no turn up ish. We are resorting and resting. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So if you turn it up, you got to, I mean, I'll be by the pool, and stuff like that. But that's the kind of trip that is. Rowena Booth coming through with a 5-piece super sticker. We appreciate you, Queen. Thank you. Kendra came back, y'all, with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, Europeans have learned the violence to monetize other people's culture, especially Black Americans. Peep the game and protect your legacy. I said, hit the like. Listen, she ain't playing with y'all. Period, point blank. Thank you, Brenda, coming through with a 2-piece super sticker. We appreciate you, Queen. Too blessed for you coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. She says, hello, Queen Sheba, darling, and Palace. I had to come out of the bushes. This conversation is very informative and very good. Thank you. Thank you. We do it a lot, actually. But what's happening or what has happened to Bless for You, we normally do this kind of behind the walls, but we're coming out. We're coming out a little bit. Speaking from the purple couch, coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper, says, I told my sis, God will protect those that understand. You fed me when I was hungry. You love God and neighbors as self. We will be okay, and others will deal with their choices against their own interests. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I got this one. Okay, I already got that one. Cantor coming back with a 2-piece and a pepper. She says, come to the Valley of Sun. Girl, we're on our way. Trip is booked. Okay, Miss Tina, I want to answer your question. I'm coming. Sandra P. Gifted 5 Queen Sheba Darling memberships. Congratulations to the lucky recipient of her generosity and kindness. So if you just got an alert that you have a membership, thanks, Sandra P. She did that. She did that for you. All right. Miss Tina has a question, and I highlighted this earlier. Miss Tina wants to know, does insurance pay off if someone unalives themselves? Not in the first 2 years. Not in the first 2 years. But yes, but not in the first 2 year of the contract. Okay. But they will pay you if it doesn't happen in the first 2 years. Miss Thing 1980 says, did you see his mom respond to Allison's memoir about her son? No. Did anybody else? I didn't yet. Somebody else said, I want to find it. I wasn't trying to skip over it. I think they said something like GoFundMe is not life insurance. I have to agree. I know you lying too. I got my room. Courtney, you got your room?
I got my room too. Do you need a room? I got my room.
Oh, it's sold out? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. All the rooms are sold out? Yeah, it's a pretty popular, beautiful resort, y'all. I'm talking about beautiful. And it's not a franchise. Beautiful. I didn't know they were sold out. And listen, we just got in by the hair of our skinny skin chin because we came off that cruise. That's why it's important to get the higher level membership, the $9.99, so that you can have access to all information, where we are, where we're going. And some of it I put in the other one, but that's how you kind of weed out. Because $3.99, anybody could be back there. And we're really trying to do good things and positive movements as a community here for men and women without no drama, none of that negativity. Priority membership, Salt and Light. You have to do it on a computer, a laptop or a computer. Dr. Hicks said, exclamation point, it's sold out, honey. Okay, so
I have to join Priority because I was going to Arizona with y'all.
You better see if somebody need a roommate. And see who back there.
Yeah, see, y'all better upgrade the memberships and see who don't have a roommate.
I'm gonna try my best to catch the next one. And May is my birthday month. Oh,
Yeah. We
Lord.
going. We going Labor Day week. I mean, yeah, we going that weekend, ain't we, Courtney?
Yes, ma'am. Memorial Day. Is it Memorial Day?
Yeah.
Memorial Day in May.
But how do I get priority? You got to do it from your computer. It's a $9.99 membership. But listen, sometimes YouTube, I learned YouTube be tacking on an extra $1 or $2 or $3 for themselves, but the membership is $9.99. But if you see something different, that's YouTube trying to make their money. I didn't know it was sold out. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I got my room. Let me see. It's sold out of all rooms too.
Listen, I got off that live the same day you were still on live and went and booked my room because I knew.
I almost waited. I'm glad. How can I send y'all somewhere and then I wouldn't have been able to get in? And I know y'all would have left without me. This Sierra said Queen had to pull out the bullhorn with y'all and they still was fighting.
No, that's not true, Queen. I heard that horn. I hushed.
They said that's the cruise ship horn. That is hilarious.
Courtney, you didn't be quiet. I had to tell you to calm down.
I heard that horn. I said, okay.
Okay. Q Catrice says, okay, y'all get back there in priority and put it under the thing if you need a roommate. I'm not orchestrating anything. Oh, here we go. Two Latrice. There you go. You click it right there. Read the comments, Courtney. Two keeps saying the resort is sold out. The entire resort is sold out, y'all. Oh, Angelique, you booked your room that day. Okay. So y'all get together, see who needs a roommate. If people want a roommate, it's gonna be a time, and they got some good food. I've been there before, and beautiful steak houses. I mean, it's great. We're gonna have a time. Yeah, they charge $3. YouTube does. Yeah, they'll take their extra. Betty Boop has her room. If you're gonna cancel your room, somebody, and you're not going, let us know so that somebody else can jump on that room. And I don't mean you pay for them. And if you're going to cancel it, let them know so that they can get online. Dr. Hicks says she got her room. Oh, wow. The hotel was sold out 2 days ago. The resort is actually a resort. And the neighborhood is absolutely beautiful, breathless. It's a very, very exclusive neighborhood. There's a lot of NFL players that live in that neighborhood. We went riding bikes over there. They have free bikes that you can rent out. We're going to do a lot. It's going to be real nice.
We need to go by the NFL, the single NFL players' houses.
We will. We'll get on bikes and ride and see what and so we can get you girls married off.
Come on now. Now we can get into my soft girl life for real, for real.
There you go. Angelique with a 2-piece and a pepper says, I booked my room on that live. Yep. I don't blame you. Okay, guys. Oh, okay. Angelique says, for those of you that can access the information and the resort, continue to check all of the sites every day, or call the hotel, call the resort directly. Oh, because I will buy it. Okay, I see what you're saying. The Prince of Peace said, let him know if you're not going, so he can buy your hotel room as soon as you drop it. Moonchild, you didn't get a room? The suites are sold out too, y'all. So even if you try to get the highest level, the suites are sold out. Okay, Scott. Oh yeah, it is. It is, Angelique. So Angelique coming through with a 2-piece and a pepper says Scottsdale is the white people's Atlanta. It's a lot of fun. Let me tell you this. I met some really nice people at that resort when we went last April. Okay. First of all, when we checked in, Bentleys pulled up and I was like, are we at the right resort? Because we coming in this little Uber. And what I didn't realize is a lot of local rich people come to that resort and stay on the weekend. Bentley, that's when I was taking all them pictures in front of them Bentleys. I don't know if y'all remember, but that was that resort. And we went riding bikes. Y'all, we went to the Wrigley house. Wrigley is the spearmint gum. The guy with Wrigley spearmint gum. They turned the mansion into like a bar. We can go have cocktails there, have some appetizers, and just explore soft girl and soft guy era. If you do not know what I'm talking about, it's in the priority level membership. There you go, Moonchild. I would call the yeah, there you go. Yep. All right. Sir Dave says, I'm late, but it's better to have a living trust than anything. My grandmother did a living trust and made it so that we don't actually have to go to court system to do a probate. I agree. You don't need to be a member. So I'm going to say it. Sugar Love said, dang, I wanted to go to Arizona. Do you have to be a member to get into these activities? No, but you need a member to access the information. I just don't put that out publicly. It's just too many weirdos on YouTube that like to start trouble for no reason. So it's in the higher level membership if you would like to go, right? That's it. And that's where we put it there first so that you can see what's going on. You can book your flights and your rooms quickly. And then, yeah, that's it. Okay, E-Boogie coming through with a 5 pizza and a pepper says, did Scottsdale for my birthday last summer, did the winery shuttle, restaurants and spa at the Four Seasons. Okay, I almost said no. Where we are, they have all that. It's beautiful. Toot got hers. Is Clive Davis? I believe so. I believe so. So Angelique says, Queen, do you think we can get an insurance professional to speak? We did, behind members only. That's a perk of being a member. If you go back and look at the videos, we got a whole insurance video. Courtney, were you back there?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
So Angelique, girl, the palace we way ahead of our time. Yeah, we have that back.
About all the different types of insurance. Why would they be a benefit? Yep, I remember it was a lady came up.
Yep. And she's a broker and you can buy directly from her. So that's back behind the wall. We have so much information behind the wall for members. And that's at the lower level membership. So you have access to that. If you're a new member and you're not aware of what we do, you just got to scroll. You just got to scroll and see what Queen Sheba done got back here. A lot. And we have a lot planned for you all. All right, I think that's it. I got to get ready to give y'all some more content. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Court. Thank you, panel. God bless y'all. Enjoy your Thursday.
Bye,
We got to go. We've been on here a long time. Everybody, take care. Have a great day. I probably won't. LSW, I probably won't come back live, but I have some content for y'all. I want y'all to enjoy your evening. I need to go back and look again because I need to figure out the right one. That's just type in insurance when you get back there. Y'all don't know y'all could do that without having to go through everything. Coverage, insurance. Thank you, Miss Janice. See you later. Debbie, everybody. Love you. Thank you, Linda. And thank you, Toot, as always, for being the best mods on YouTube. Okay, good. Salt and Light upgraded. I know that's right.